Welcome back to the Hospitality Project, guys. I'm your host, Tyler Simpson. Today, I have some very special guests, some local farmers in the area, Blake and Kendee Ishida. Welcome, guys.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
How's it going?
Doing
Good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Doing good? Doing
Yeah.
good? How's farming?
It's farming.
It's farming.
We're farming.
different every year, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, guys. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. Brought you guys on because you guys are some of the most hospitable people that I know.
Aw.
You guys are always so kind, so genuine when you guys come in the store, and I know a lot of people talk really good things about you. So that's kind of why we wanted to have you guys on today. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
so give us a little brief rundown. Give us a little short history on your guys' upbringing, how you got into farming, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was born in Adrian. Well, my dad was born in Adrian.
Okay.
So he's lived there his whole life, and then I just kind of fell into it because the family,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So Grandpa started the farm, I think, in 52,
Okay.
50 something. It's
Yeah.
on our big fuel tank. I can't remember. But so Grandpa started, and then Dad took it over early 80s, I believe.
Yeah.
And so pretty much been there my whole life, running that, helping with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how did you guys meet?
We met in church.
Church.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Locally, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Nissa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were born and raised in Nissa, pretty
Nissa,
much?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. My grandpa started a farm too.
Yeah.
Kind of a lot of different things. They actually had the Starlight Cafe in Bell.
Okay.
They sold it when I was 14. So
Yeah.
my mom kind of helped manage that place, and we practically lived there.
Oh,
And so
that's
there
cool.
were mornings where we were getting woke up in the night because there was a fire, and we had to go and
Oh,
make
man.
sack lunches for however many firefighters were out in the middle of the night, and go to work with her, stay up late, count the till, all the
Wow.
things. So we got, service was always just really, when we talk about just hospitality, service has always just been the forefront of
Yeah.
how my mom raised us,
Yeah.
and
That's cool.
always were a part of everything. So I grew up in the farming world too. Lived on the family farm, and kind of just always loved it.
Yeah.
And I always prayed 2 prayers. Like, God, I want a farmer or a rancher as a husband. And he gave me a farmer, so I
There we
can't
go.
complain.
Perfect. You got it.
And so here we are.
Yeah, we did grow up together in church younger,
Okay.
and then we kind of both went our separate ways.
Sure.
And my family, we owned a packing shed in Parma. We did onions and potatoes, fresh pack. And so Kendee actually worked there before we were dating, right? It was before we were dating.
Yeah.
And so I was driving onion trucks, so I'd see her
Yeah.
every time I'd go in there. And yeah, I don't know, we've just always crossed paths. Like our families, like we said, we've grown up with each other, so we've
Sure.
always known each other. And
That's
yeah,
awesome.
one day I texted her, you want to go out?
And I'm like, finally.
About time.
Yeah.
Jeez. What took you so long?
Yeah.
That's awesome. You guys have 4 kids?
4 kids.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
awesome. What were their
Yeah.
ages again?
9, 7, 5, 3.
Wow.
Yep.
Future farmers right there. Right?
Yeah.
We
Oh,
got to
yeah.
have somebody take over the family.
Exactly.
Yep.
You guys kind of have a little spin-off too, like New Creation Farms. Can you
Yeah.
dive into that just a
Yeah.
little bit too?
So that'd be more of what Kendee and I have started. So
Okay.
we just call it the big farm, which is
Yeah.
Ishida Farms, right? And so, everything with that. And then Kendee and I started New Creation Farms, and I'll let her kind of
Yeah.
go into some of that.
New Creation Farms really stems from there's a verse in the Bible, and it's, if anyone's in Christ, he's a new creation. And the Lord has given me such a blueprint for this area to create a space to fill people physically in their bellies, but then also spiritually. And so our goal is really every time someone comes onto our property, just to feel the love of Jesus. And but really the Lord, it's kind of funny because there's a story in this. I did my senior project in high school,
Okay.
I went the FFA route. And so I was like, well, I'm going to just do something easy and I'll just, use it off of my like FFA project.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'll just do gardening. Mom has a garden. Like, I'll just spin it off of gardening. And I went and did my job shadow at Purdum's Produce.
Okay.
Well, I failed my senior project. And it's really funny. Like, I share this all the time because like now, like, it's funny. Like, there's no coincidences in life. And like, I think everything is just always like a preparation for the next step. And so it's just really funny, like going back and looking back at everything that I have done. And now it's like, I literally am starting like a little mini Purdum's Produce. And like, but in that season of my life, I completely failed at it.
That's
and so it's just like constantly learning and growing. And so we have some greenhouses on the big farm that we utilize a couple of those so we can extend our growing season, and we grow all sorts of produce there. And then we have a pumpkin patch. It's just really for the community, give something, we're already busy with football and all the sports and all the things and harvest, but still something we want people to come to our property and just sit and like build relationship and get to know one another, and not just the whole like, hey, how you doing? Good. Okay, see you later. Like, no, like have a seat at the table and like, what's life? Like, how you doing? And like really getting to know each other. And so that's really like the essence. This year we're kind of we're in the season of life where we're just kind of expanding a little more. So we're putting in some market garden rows and like really heading down the regenerative ag, no-till, just that whole aspect of it. Just to like keep learning how to like produce local produce that's really healthy, nutrient dense for the community.
And different ways to do it. I mean, farming's so different, even just across the whole U.S. Obviously, like nothing is the same. Like you can't say I'm going to do it this way, and so everybody needs to do it. Like if we all did it one way, we'd fail, And so we're expanding our horizons on that front. But I'd also go back and kind of piggyback off the pumpkin patch deal. Like it's been trial and error, kind of with how we've done some things, and where she said, like wanting people to come in to sit down, and to get to know somebody or to get to spend time with them, and like she was saying, talk with them. I think was it the first couple of years we were like open every day in the fall.
Yeah, every weekend.
Or every weekend, not every day, every weekend. And then it'd be like some Saturdays and Sundays, like nobody'd show up. Yeah, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And so we kind of transitioned, like, what are we doing? 3?
Yeah.
This year we're just going to have 3 big events, end of September, and then 2 in October.
Yeah.
And so just kind of making those, and she can expand on what we're doing there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of grown and morphed and changed.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Some of the things that really highlighted from you guys talking about that is like getting people together and having a seat at the table, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And that's so cool that even everybody in not the traditional hospitality industry that you think of, right? Like the hotels, the restaurants, like it also belongs in farming and doing exactly what you guys just talked about. Providing education for people of like what their food comes from, where it's grown, and then being able to sit down and just talk to them about anything and everything, right? Christ, life, what's happening, kids, football, family, music, you name it. So that's so cool. When would you guys say, you guys probably haven't really thought about this part too much, but when would you guys say that you knew you wanted to help people and give people a better experience in life? Like when did you really like come into like thinking like, this is kind of, I like this? What would you guys say?
I would probably say like that's just how we were brought up.
Yeah.
Like I can speak for my family, and like it's the same with hers. Like we were always helping do stuff, whether it's the church or the school or anything. And I don't know, it's kind of like second nature almost. Like it's just what life. We do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had something.
You're totally good.
I'm like totally, because I'm like, yes, it's very good.
Hey. That's so
what
cool.
What was it? Oh, yes. me also, like what I was thinking of when you were asking the question, I've always been the kid that's like, I'm going to change the world.
Yeah.
One day I'm going to change the world. Like, I'm placed in a really tiny town, you know, like I don't really travel.
I feel that.
But like, I just have this heart, like I want everyone to be the best version of themselves, you know, like
Yeah.
I want to like, I love encouraging people. I don't maybe always do it the best way because I don't know how to get it out of my mouth, but like I want to see that thing that's in you and like help draw it out and then like push you into that. And like, even if you get to the point where you succeed way far beyond, like that's the best type of a leader, you know, like every leader shouldn't cap people, you know, but like if like the best leaders out there are the ones that like pushing you to go beyond what they did, you know, like even just raising kids, like our parents did the best that they could with us, with the knowledge that they had, and we're taking all of that and doing it with our kids. And like we just want like the generations to come to be better and better and better, you know, and so like that's really but really it all stems from what our parents instilled in us, you know, like it really felt like growing up as a kid, like does volunteer just have like my last name on it, you know, we're at everything doing everything, but it was so fun. Like
at times it was fun. At times it was like, do we have to help again?
Come on,
you know,
not today,
but
Mom.
but growing up, you know, and getting older, it's like, no, that was awesome.
Yeah.
You know? But as a kid, you're like, I just want to go play.
This sucks. I want to go do something else.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's so true.
But I'm so grateful for it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it, you know.
100%.
Yeah.
It's what shapes us, right?
Right.
Yeah. As we get older, we have these experiences in life, and we get to a certain point and we're doing something. You guys are building a thing, and you look back and you're like, huh. Cool, thanks for teaching me all of that growing up, you know? And it seems to be evident too in a lot of the people that I talk to in the hospitality industry. Like they have it in their mind of like, I want to change the world, right? Like I want to help people. And so like that's evident across the board, and you guys embody that fully. And so that's awesome. Kudos to you, because not everyone's like that. Yeah. I kind of think personally, in my opinion, you know, it's not everywhere, but I think hospitality as a whole is kind of going by the wayside a little bit as AI becomes a huge thing, as social media is more present than ever. Like people are craving human experiences, right? And oftentimes they're not getting them. Like when you go sit down at a restaurant, it's pretty rare that somebody's not sitting on their phone, or somebody's just, hey, how's it going today? Cool, good, glad. Can I get something to drink? Awesome. And like that's not hospitality at its core, right? Like we want to like, hey, how's it going? How's your day? What's happening? What's your struggles right now? Like how can I help? You know, in some way, what can I take off of your plate to help you a little bit better, right? I kind of think that's going by the wayside a little bit. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but that's kind of like why this exists, right? Is I want to remind people like, hey, we're all human. Let's sit down and chat with each other, right? So yeah, that's kind of the main basis for like where this got started.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and I grew up in a very similar fashion. Like parents are always doing something, and my dad had this store since I was born, right? And it's been in my family forever.
Yeah.
And so just up there working the register, helping the customers, sorting cans, burning boxes, you know, doing all the things. Like, do we have to again, Dad? Come on, not today. But now it's like, now it's my life. I'm like, thanks, I appreciate it.
Did you ever see that? Like, did you say like one day I'm gonna have a store?
No, I never said one day I'm gonna have a store. I always said someday I'm gonna do big things.
Yeah.
I always had that thought in my mind. Didn't know how, didn't know what. And I would say like a pivotal moment for me was, you know, in high school, you know, you have little odd jobs here and there, right? Just to kind of gain some experience. And working one of those, I was like, man, the guy that owns the place, he's doing pretty cool. He's doing pretty good. And he's a cool guy. I want to be that guy. I kind of like, that's kind of where it came into like owning your own thing. And then like eventually it turned into like, oh, I can change the way people see things. I'm a leader. I can, you know, help them get on to the next thing and be better for the next person. And so that's just kind of where it blossomed. Did I think this was where it would be? Absolutely not. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but did you think you're going to be farmers?
Well, I had a pretty good feeling that's the path I was going to go down. Well, for a while.
That's so awesome. How about you, Kendee? Obviously, you grew up in the hospitality industry already. Like,
Yeah.
did you think that that's where you were gonna be, or?
My mind never stops.
Mm.
So I was going to be everything.
Excellent.
And that's just
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
I'm going to be everything, you
I
know?
like that.
And I, yeah.
That's so cool.
It's draining from my brain.
Oh, 100%. I get that.
But it's really fun. Like, you know, I've tried a lot of different things in the past, like, oh, that's not really like my niche, or like, maybe I don't really enjoy this as much as I thought I would, you know. And now, like, we homeschool our kids, and so that like actually creates a whole arena to be able to just like give them so many different experiences, you know. Like, I can take them to pottery class if I want to in the middle of the day, because I think that it would be fun to learn pottery, or you know, like just the different like experiences that I get to pass on to the kids that maybe I didn't get to have just because we were busy in school and, you know, like doing all the other things. So, I don't know, maybe that was a tangent, but.
No, I think that's perfect. I think that's perfect. What would you say, like, kind of going back to the like, main story, what was like a pivotal moment where you guys were like, yeah, this is it. I want to do this. Like, do you have that moment where you were, or is it just like all of a sudden you're here and you're like, shit, I woke up. This is what I'm doing now. If that question makes sense.
I guess would you
Yes,
say
it
like
does.
the vendors was kind of the kickoff, at least to doing stuff on our place.
Are you talking in the like the farming world, like us?
Anything, like to what you guys are doing now. Like, what kind of was the like, you know, the straw that was made you decide where you wanted to go in life? It's a heavy question.
It is a heavy question.
How about you, Blake?
I think it took some time,
Yeah.
because right out of high school, like, I don't know, I didn't really want to be on the farm. Just like I don't want to have to work all the time.
Every day.
Yeah,
all
you know what I
day.
mean? And so, I don't know, I ended up going to Caldwell at Silverhawk and got my pilot's license flying helicopters. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to go that route. And then, I don't know, something, I think it was the Lord, definitely, but drew me back to the farm. Like, and I think it was obviously for all this, right? Like, now I can kind of see the bigger picture.
Sure.
But I think, I don't know, I think everything really kicked definitely when we got married,
Yeah.
or just being more with Kendee.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think we both spur each other on, you know, and she has a lot of ideas. Like,
She's the idea person in the relationship.
yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. You're the action guy. Right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, all right, you got it. I'm on it.
So I'd say a lot of, like, obviously the Lord gives the ideas, I believe,
Sure.
but he uses her a lot to be like, Blake, this is what you're going to do.
That's awesome. That's so funny. I love that. So there was just something like missing inside of you while you were in pilot school and doing all that kind of stuff that you're just like, man, something feels.
Yeah,
off.
I think kind of looking at it like long term,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know, I felt like the traveling around and going different places and flying, well, it had been so awesome. But
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
looking like, I knew I wanted a family.
Yeah.
And I saw the lifestyle that I could have on the farm and how I grew up and was raised.
Yeah,
And it's
sure.
like, I get to see my kids every night.
Yeah.
I get to see them almost every day for lunch. Like,
Yeah.
I could say, hey, you guys want to go on the farm? Like, jump in a tractor? Like,
That's cool.
all the time, you
Yeah.
know? And so I think if I was single, like, yeah, I'd go fly
That'd be
wherever.
the life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure.
But
Yeah.
raising a family, like,
That's where it's at.
yeah, the
That's
farm
cool.
was very,
Yeah.
the farm drew me.
Yeah. It's kind of the lifestyle surrounding it, right?
Yeah.
That was like, this is sick. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I never knew I was gonna leave this place. Like, I just love it here.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's beautiful to me. Like, there's
Very
just,
We take
I-
that for granted here,
yeah.
how beautiful it is. You hear people come, they're like, oh my goodness, you guys live in such a cool place. Like,
You're like,
Yeah, it's home.
This don't? What do you mean?
Yeah. But it really is so beautiful to me. And I just love small towns, you know? Like, I just love the small town vibe where you can drive anywhere and you're waving to people that you actually know. And I knew I was never going to leave. I didn't know I would necessarily end up in Adrian.
Okay.
But I knew one day I would marry Blake. Like, I made a list, a very detailed list when I was a young child.
That's awesome.
And Blake fulfilled every single one of those things on the list.
That's
And,
so cool.
So it was just like a matter of waiting. So that's like,
Yeah.
that's just kind of a little funny story.
That's so awesome.
I knew that I always wanted to be a mom. And I actually went off to college. I just went to Treasure Valley.
Okay.
I played soccer there.
Mhm.
And I'm not a studious person. And so, like, college wasn't really fun. I was basically just there to play soccer. And I just quit because I'm like, you know what? One day I'm going to be raising my kids, you know? Like, I don't need to go to school for some degree. And
Amen to that.
actually, it's another, like, you know, talking about there's no coincidences. Like, I literally went to college for farm business management.
That's funny.
Not even, like, I wasn't dating Blake.
Yeah.
I just, like, that makes sense, you know?
That
I
was
grew
good.
up on a farm. One day I know I'm going to have a business because
Yeah.
that's just, like, how my mind operates. Like, I grew up in an entrepreneurial family, you
Sure.
know? Like, my whole family is just very entrepreneurial. And so it's just kind of like, this is the path you're going to go down.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think college is probably, like, really the pivotal point. And then when Blake started really coming into my life, I'm like, oh, this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm called to be a farmer. You know, I'm called to have my hands in the soil. And I'm called to, like, you know, work early in the morning and late at night and, you know, like, raise my family out on the land.
Yeah.
And to steward, you know, what the Lord created for us. And it's really cool, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It really is cool.
It
Yeah,
is.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I love hearing you guys' story. That's so awesome. Yeah. Everyone has that one pivotal moment that they're like, yeah, sure. I think I'm going to do
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
That's so cool that you guys kind of had those moments and it brought you here to this area. Yeah, I think this area is gorgeous, right? Like, I love it. It's so untapped as far as resources go, as far as, like,
Yeah.
things to do, experiences for people to see. Like, I don't know. I love it. I kind of think we're going to hit a gem out here.
Oh,
Kind
for
of one
sure.
of those quiet, like, but cool
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's what allowed us to thrive and do what we do here. So I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. When I really loved, I actually wrote this down, the art of genuine human connection.
Mm.
And, like, that's something I've been talking to Blake a lot about. And so, like, this was just, like, hitting the nail on the head for me because
Yeah.
I've just been like, what does, like, how do we build connection here? Like, how do we, like, I've been asking all these questions for a really long time, like, for quite a few months. Like, how do we bring people together to, like, really connect and, like, really be raw and genuine and open with each other? You know, I think so much, like, honestly, our phones, if you go back to, like, all of the phones, like, we've created such this isolation and, like, to this point where we try to live through another lens. You know, we try to live through our lives through this other lens of another person's story or what they're exposing on social media. You can put anything on social media, you know? Like, you can have, like, a whole ugly, like, full countertop, but then this one portion of it is clean, and, like, that's where, like, your sourdough
That's where the
bread
video's
is
at,
going
yeah.
to sit, you know? Like, but the rest of it is just trash. And it's like,
Yeah.
we've gotten so focused that, like, it's created, like, this internal struggle in each one of us, and we've lost this art of connecting with the people around us, you know? Like, I get so sad just even when we go on dates, and it's like, you're not even talking to each other.
Well, I know.
You know, like, it breaks
the
my heart.
amount of people sitting in a table and they're both just
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're like, come
Yeah.
on, guys, put it away.
But I think we really each desire to be connected and
Oh,
have
yeah.
a relationship
Oh,
with
that's
people.
Why we're
you
so
know?
addicted to
Yeah.
these things, right?
Yeah.
Because we're living through
Yeah.
something else, right?
So it's turning that tide. So I'm like, I love what you're doing here. Like, I love the space that you're creating for others to just hear, like, oh wait, like the person next to me is important, the
Mhm.
person across the room is important, and I get to do life with them if I choose so. And
Which I think you should hit on the benders, because that kind of ties in with this, on how all that started and
Yeah.
kind of what went on there.
okay.
Fire away.
Not to direct.
No,
Just,
Yeah.
no,
it just
I
kind
love
of
it.
fits
I
hand
think
in
it's a
hand.
perfect direction. Yeah.
Have you heard of the benders before?
I haven't, so that's
Okay.
first for me.
Okay, so it's kind of funny. I didn't know what a bender was. Like,
I could
technically,
tell you what I think a bender is, but
I mean,
probably
I
not
learned this
what you mean.
I learned about this after I sent out the first flyer.
And it kind of gained traction.
That's awesome.
But I have always, like, I remember very vividly, like, being in high school and, like, just loving the era of the 50s.
Mm.
And, like,
Yeah.
everybody coming to, like, the potlucks and, like, who made the best fried chicken and who made the best apple pie and, like, all of those kinds of things. And I'm like, one day when I settle down, I'm going to build this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to create this for my community. And so we live actually in the Big Bend. And so we just called it the Bender. I'm like, well, we're gonna like invite every single one of our neighbors,
Oh,
and
that's
we're
awesome.
gonna have a Bender. And like our first one was
man, that's
we
funny.
brought in a big old barbecuer, and all
Yeah.
the guys everybody brought like a side dish and like some
Yeah, it was.
teriyaki chicken.
I think if wasn't it just like bring a side dish and chairs, and
Yeah.
if you want something to drink, bring whatever. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
because I think we were going to provide just water, and then the meat, right?
yeah. Everybody brought chicken.
Everybody brought chicken.
Everybody
Okay.
brought chicken, and we barbecued the chicken.
Mhm.
So we literally, Jada, Blake's mom, and
Yeah.
I literally went door to door in the whole Big Bend. There's 96 homes as of that.
Didn't realize there was that
That-
many. Wow.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
surprised myself. There might be more now, but we went door to door, knocked, said like, "Hey, this is what we're starting.
Yeah.
We would love to see you. This is my name.
Yeah.
And it was
That's
fun
so
getting
cool.
to actually interact with a lot of the neighbors because it's really easy to just not even know our neighbors.
Oh,
We may know their
100%.
name, but like not really intentionally know them or even take the time to introduce ourselves. So since then, we were meeting quarterly, and we created it so that like if other people wanted to host, like they could host. And so we like every quarter, like we were jumping around
Somewhere
and
else.
all
Yeah.
different people throughout the bend hosted and had their own spin. So like one
Yeah.
time we did a baked potato bar, and one time
Oh,
we
that's
did
cool.
breakfast, and one
Yeah.
time, like just an ice cream social. Like I've all done these. 2020 kind of like put a bump in the road because we didn't really know how to navigate all of that. And then
Sure.
since then we've been very sporadic, but we had
Yeah.
one this last spring or late winter, and then June was so busy we didn't do one in June, but
Bummer.
they're really really fun. And
Yeah, it
like
sounds cool.
really we were hoping for it to like spur on, like, because back in the old days, can we say
Yeah,
that?
old day. Yeah, actually,
Back in the old days,
yeah. Kids might
there
be
was
like, oh,
like
2015?
there's like Kingdom Colony and like all
Yeah.
these places out here, like just to create their own little
Social hub, essentially.
social hub, yeah.
Connection
And then
hub,
like
yeah.
like what you're building here is then like,
Yeah.
okay, the whole community, like let's bring the whole community
Yeah.
together, and so I think it's like really, I just think it's cool, like what's happening in all the different little areas. But
It was really
Yeah.
cool because like I'd lived in the same house and then moved like a mile down the road, right? So like I've been
I'm
there
with
my
you.
whole life,
Been
and
there.
like there was people I didn't even know lived out there.
Yeah,
It's just like
so true.
we're so isolated,
In their own
you just
worlds, yeah.
yeah, you just do your own thing and you don't even know your neighbors.
Yeah.
Honestly, and so it's cool to like put names and faces together and like, oh, you live down there. Okay, I drive by that like 4 times a day. Like I
Yeah.
didn't know you lived there.
That's cool.
And it was fun watching like the older generation come too,
Yeah.
because like you'd have some like and it's awesome. Like, I'm not dogging on it.
No,
No,
like,
it
I
was
love
cool.
it.
I'm
It
like,
was
I
really
want to
cool.
be this person.
Like, they show up and like they had their cooler with their
Yeah.
Coke or whatever their drink was, their own silverware, their own plates. And it's like, oh, well, we got paper plates and utensils, but like,
Yeah.
no, they had their
That's their
their
thing.
stuff, right? And like,
Because
Yeah.
that's what you did in the 50s.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you had your things.
yeah.
you
And
did.
so they brought all their stuff, and they got their stuff, and they went and sat
It
down.
was so
and-
cool.
That's so awesome.
We had over 120 people show up for the first
Wow.
vendor.
yeah,
That's
awesome.
Yeah.
That's a big bender.
Yeah.
it was.
It was so fun. It was so much fun.
Yeah. No, they've been really awesome, and it's kind of
That's cool.
it's I think drawn that area kind of closer together,
Yeah.
where there's been connections
Yeah.
made, and I know for us, like the connections we've made, like
yeah.
if that wouldn't have happened, I don't know if we would have really been involved with some of the people's lives that we are involved with now
Yeah.
out there by us.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was really
Yeah.
cool.
Well, it brings it back to like people used to go to their neighbor to borrow sugar or flour or whatever. Like, you know, it really brings it back to
Yeah.
doing that, which
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea there was that many homes over there on that
I
side,
know.
but that's awesome. Like that is exactly like this to a T. Like
Yeah.
it's hospitality in its like original fashion, right?
Yeah.
Like just bringing people together and talking.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
what hospitality is.
Yeah.
And that's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a cool segue into like everything that you guys do. And I really think hospitality was born in a small town somewhere. Honestly, like I don't think I would have had this idea if I lived in a big city.
Yeah.
Right.
You totally have a completely different mindset
Yeah.
growing up, and like how you are when you go into a restaurant, how you are when you go out of town. Like I don't know, I feel like I notice things differently when I go into town. That you know that there's just two differences
Yeah.
in like
Yeah.
what you do, like the people, how they treat you in town versus how you get treated out here. Like
Right.
I think it's just massively different.
Yeah.
It's not every day you walk in a store and somebody's like, "Hey, how's it going, Tyler?" And you're like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
get that
Yeah.
No.
everywhere.
No,
right?
Yeah.
we are very blessed where we live. I mean, you think
Yeah.
about it, the small town, you know, if there's a disaster or something happens, like the whole community's there,
Oh yeah.
like, oh, you need this?
Yeah,
Okay,
here's
whatever.
what we- Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot. Our the shooting that we had, like I mean, it was cool after fact that like we literally had so much support from everyone else, just like
Yeah.
helping us get through it. You know, making sure they were supporting in the store, like that kind of stuff. So that just speaks to that
Yeah.
100%. That's cool. Thanks
Yeah.
for sharing those stories.
Yeah.
I love it. What so kind of bringing this full circle here. What are 3 principles that you guys teach your kids, and then like what 3 principles do you guys want to pass on to other people during your journey?
Regarding hospitality.
Hospitality, yeah.
Oh, I was going to say right now, it's treat your brothers like you want to be treated.
Hey, that works. Honestly.
If you're going to hit them with that, is that how you want them to hit you? Like,
That's so funny. I mean, all those tie into honestly like just principles of life for hospitality. So please share. I love it.
Something I always do with the kids is when we're out and about and you know we'll see someone we're at the playground for
Sure.
instance and there's someone off playing by themselves just kind of kicking rocks and I'll always tell one of my kids like, hey, why don't you go introduce yourself and like see if they want to play with you or whatever, you know, like if you know someone's being picked on, like you be the person to say like, hey, that's not very kind, like you want to come, you know, play with us. And so like just encouraging them like how to treat people. We literally can raise our kids to be anything.
Yeah.
Like we can literally teach them anything and then they will follow that example. And it's so important of what we teach them at such young ages because that will just carry them through and it just becomes like who they are as people. And so we're just always like taking every moment as an opportunity to teach them, you know, whether we're like, oh, hey, don't cut in line, you know, let them go first, you know, or, you know, like whatever it may be, like just teaching them how to be servants. I was just talking to my mom on the phone, like I actually wrote it on my paper on the back here. But I was just talking to my mom yesterday and she just reminded me like, Kendee, you just got to teach them to be servant leaders. Like nobody just wants a leader, like, but everybody wants a servant
They don't want
leader.
a boss.
Yeah. Like, how can I help you? How can I come alongside of you? How can I, you know, like that kind of thing. And that's really like what we're, may I take your plate? You know, like when we have gatherings at our place, like, may I take your plate? Or, just looking for, like, teaching them to look for all those opportunities to be able to serve someone else well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably the one thing, if we got to pick one that I would like to pass, it's that to be there for other people. Like if there's a family, like, because we grew up with it in church, and I think it's something important to like keep passing down the generations. It's like it happens. I mean, it's just part of life when people pass away. Like we've always grown up like, okay, well, you should be the first one to call them. Like, what can I bring you? Like a meal? Can I bring you a meal this week or something?
Yeah.
Just to, I guess it's more along the servant deal. Like, just being there for people, especially your neighbors. Like
that's huge.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, yeah, honestly, like you guys are one of those cool, like, anomaly people, right? That you were just born and raised up to be like these hospitable people, and now it's just like second nature. And you guys are like, what do you mean? What is hospitality? Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's so cool to hear, and that it starts with you guys, and you guys are passing it on to your kids, and then your kids are going to take that and pass it on to their kids, and spread joy and go through the world with that. So I think that's really cool. I think people can definitely gain some insight from that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. What's next with New Creations? Like, what's next on the horizons for expansion? If you want to share on camera.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We kind of already started.
Yeah.
But I just kept praying and asking the Lord, because like I always want Him to like lead me and guide me, And as I just was praying, like, God, how do you want us to use our barn? Like what is the purpose of it right now? Because there's always seasons and everything, like sometimes I think we get stuck in something and it's like it has to be this way for the rest of our lives, and really it's like, no, seasons come and seasons go. And like that's a cool thing about being a farmer. Like we understand seasons. It may not always be fun. We may not always look forward to, like, harvest is literally like right around the corner. And it's like, that's a lot of work.
Miserable.
But I just kept hearing this word workshops. Okay. And I was like, that's so cool, because I can be so creative with that. And so we're going to start hosting and holding workshops. And it actually goes back into like what I was talking about earlier. Like I like just have this, like, I think it's just something that like a talent of mine where I can see like a strength inside of someone and I want to draw it out. And so, and I love advertising people. Like, I don't care to talk about me and like what I'm doing, like, but like you, like, I'll tell everybody what you're doing, and I want the whole world to know it, because I want the whole world to support what you're doing, and that's like cool. To invest into you. And so, so we're starting to do these workshops, and we had Brett Wagstaff actually come out and do a cake decorating party. And it was so fun. And she'd never taught a class before, and so it's giving people opportunities to step outside of their comfort zone, and then also like creating a bigger clientele basis now for her, and advertising her and promoting her and encouraging her of like, good job, so and it was so fun. Everyone had a blast. We had people kind of from all over like the area, and got to meet new people, and but we're wanting to just do fun things that are gonna like kind of catch everybody's attention. So like knot tying, and like put together a survival pack, and like watercolor, and parenting and homeschooling, like all these different kinds of workshops that people can just come in and just learn together, because not one person has all the information, but like once we get together, like that's another part of thing about hospitality and like coming to the table. Like once we start talking, I have something to learn from you, you have something to learn from me, and like that's what makes the world go round. So that's kind of like in the works right now. And then weed management. That's
a ever growing problem.
Yes.
Right?
So if you know anybody that wants the real farm experience and free, not being paid to do it, just send them our way.
You got it. I'll be the first to let you know. That's so cool. No, I love that. I love the workshop thing. Like that's why we do workshops and stuff here too,
Yeah.
right? Like it's something different for one, and two, it really gives people a chance to try something new that either they haven't done before
Right.
or into, and it gives the teachers of the class an opportunity to get into a new market, to capture a couple new people, and again, it gets people sitting around a table, hanging
Yeah.
out together, right?
Yeah.
You know, just good quality fun,
Right.
right? So that's awesome.
Yes,
Good for you.
thanks.
Let us know how we can help.
Okay.
Obviously, because we love promoting people too.
Yes. Yeah.
That's cool. Those carrots were delicious, by the way.
Good.
I ate them
Good.
already, so it was awesome.
I got to brag on Kendee a little bit because I
Yeah.
know she won't do it to herself,
Do
right?
it.
But with the pumpkin patch, like we're doing the different events. and
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was last year or the year before she started. One of the events, it's only kid vendors. So like a
Okay.
kid entrepreneur.
Oh yeah,
event.
I remember that.
And so like where you kind of brought up like the next generation and all
Yes.
that stuff, like she had one event like only kid vendors and they gotta, sell their stuff. And it was cool. Like you'd see
That's
like the
so
grandparents all come in and
Yeah.
I mean we had everything from like 3D printed little toys to handmade necklaces to just
Amazing.
everything.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
A lemonade stand.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
that is amazing.
Yeah. No, she does a really good job. Like she
That's
does
cool.
she wants to help everybody.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
like we've got elementary schools coming to the pumpkin patch.
that's
and
awesome.
yeah, it's really cool.
That's really cool. That's really fun.
She does an amazing job.
Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
Heck yeah. Claps all around. What events do you guys got coming up, Big Barn? You said you got 3 big ones this year. What are
Yes.
they? What are they themed around? What are they about?
The first one is going to be the Kids Entrepreneur event.
Perfect. Year 2 of that.
Yep, year 2 of that. I mean, I didn't get into like what I was hoping to do throughout this year, but I'm really wanting to like pull other people in. I'm kind of one of those people, I think like I can do it all. And I'm really
Yeah,
learning,
ask my
Tyler,
wife
like,
that, yeah.
oh, it's okay. I don't have to do that. And so I want to pull in like business,
Yeah.
business people and like have these courses for these kids throughout the year, like every couple months and teach them like how to create a business plan
Yeah.
and how to like look at people in the eye and have conversation with them
I love that.
and how to like handle money, all these things, which their parents are, if they're already in that like venture, their
Sure.
parents are probably already doing that, but like we can always learn and grow. So
Yeah.
that's something I want to expand on with the Kids Entrepreneur Market and just make it like throughout the year kind of a thing.
That's awesome.
And then we'll just have our regular vendor market where whoever wants to come.
Yeah.
And then our next one is just to be determined.
Yeah.
I don't really,
Kinda like
I
a
don't really
fall
know.
themed thing
Yeah.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah, it might just be like, just come have fun.
Come hang out.
Yeah, we'll have music and
Probably lots of
That'll be it.
pumpkins.
lots of pumpkins.
Lots of
Yes,
pumpkins.
yeah.
How many pumpkins do you guys grow?
We plant like 1,600 seeds by hand.
Oh, by hand.
By hand.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tiring.
You know,
Your hammies get a little sore.
yeah, I'm so thankful that there's people in the world like you guys that want to do that. Man, that sounds so much
Yes.
fun, right?
Yeah. It is fun when you see the little sprout like come up. You're like, oh,
Rewarding, I'm sure.
yes, it
Yeah,
is.
but,
Yes.
Man, in the moment. Holy cow.
Yeah, it is.
It's a chore for sure.
Yeah, no, that's so funny. No, I mean, just different perspectives on life, right?
Uh-huh.
Like me watching you guys do that, you're like, man, I could never. But then you guys watching somebody else, you're like, I can never. And they're like, what do you mean? It's easy. That's so cool. Well, awesome. Yeah, thank you guys so much for being on today.
Yeah.
Like, I think we've really like hammered and hit onto every little piece that we got to offer. So
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, thank you guys so much for what you guys do.
Yeah.
You guys really are the full embodiment of hospitality. Even though if you don't call it that, like you guys are those types of people. And it's so cool that you are working on passing it down to the younger generations and teaching them and bringing them up, because it starts with the kids, right?
Yeah.
And when we can get them at a young age, it's only that much better when we get older.
Yeah.
And hopefully we have a whole generation of people that don't want to be on their phones,
Yeah.
that want to sit down and hang out at the restaurant or want to put on a big bender
Yeah, yes.
and hang out together, right?
Yeah.
Like those things are so few and far between, and if we can raise a whole generation like that, I think the world will just become so much of a better place
Yeah.
too. And so that's so cool.
I did want to share one thing that I
Yes.
was like, as we were reading this and like just thinking about like what's one thing that I could really share. I think so much of the time when people physically think of hospitality, they think of having someone over for dinner, and that could be so overwhelming because it's like, what am I gonna cook? I'm not a good cook, or like, what if they don't like it, or like my house is too dirty, like all those things. Like we naturally think hospitality is like having someone over for dinner, when really, as I was really processing it last night, hospitality is just really giving someone time. Like that's like the biggest thing we can ever give someone is just time. And I just want to encourage everybody listening, just like when you see someone just like by themselves, like go and do the hard thing and say hi and introduce yourself, and like, where are you from? What's something you like to do? Like questions can like mean a world of difference to someone. And like everybody wants to be seen. Everyone wants to know that they're loved. Everyone wants to like know that they're valuable. And I think that that's like the biggest thing that we can ever do for someone is like just noticing and saying hi, and just give them your time,
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. Blake, what's the one thing that you wanna leave with this world with?
Leave this world with?
All right, yeah, whatever. Pass
like a
on to your kids. Like,
heavy
yeah,
question.
big deep question there. Like, if you had to pick one thing, what would you leave, like, hospitality focus wise?
Man, being available. That's the one thing. As a farmer, it's kind of tough. You know, when it's sun up to sundown, it's like, okay, when are we going to have time to do this other thing? So trying to find that balance.
Yeah.
And it can look different ways, right? Like, I don't know. That's the one I'm kind of, wouldn't say struggling, but like kind of
Learn
That's
how
honing
to
it.
navigate.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
what like I don't want to spend all my time out in the field, but that's also the job. Like your crops and livelihood kind of depend on you being out there. But there's got to be a balance.
Yeah.
And so teaching my kids, like, I guess maybe that was what it is. Teaching my kids, like, work really hard. Like, I don't know. I was always told, of course, working for my dad, like, you're the boss's son, so you should be the hardest one working out there. Like, I remember we were like laying pipe or something, potatoes, when I was like a kid, and he pulled me aside, like, you should be the hardest one working out of the whole crew because you're the boss's kid, and they're looking at you. It's like, okay, so like I've always taken that, like, okay, I got to work harder than everybody else. But I guess teaching the kids, like, you can work hard, but don't make that your life. Like, there's got to be a balance. And so, yeah, as the kids get older and are being more involved in stuff, I don't know. There's a balance because, like, my dad he coached basketball, and he was at every football game, and he still had a farm and a packing shed. Like, it can be done. And so trying to find out how I'm going to do it is
kind of the legacy that you're wanting to leave. I love that. Yeah, that's so powerful. Yeah, that's cool, and that's tough. I mean, balance is this funny word in life, right? Like, perfect balance is on the scale is 0, right? And so when we work really hard at something, our balance is off. But you also go the other direction. When you work really hard at being a parent, your balance might be off at the farm. But I don't know. It's constantly teetering on that. Like, I don't think you ever want to be in perfect balance. Right? You always want to be going hard at something. Like, whether that's, all right, I'm the best basketball coach that I can give my kids. I'm the best farmer that I can be. I'm the best husband that I can be. Like, I don't know. I think going hard at all things is the best. And so I love that. I love that legacy that you're trying to leave.
Or just put them all on the farm and we all just work hard together.
Dude, I love
No.
Hey, if I have to do this, you're doing it too. I love it. I love that. That's so cool. Yeah. Thank you guys for being on. Yeah. I love that. Is there anything else you want to share with our guests before we hop off here?
I don't think so.
I think we got talked
We
about
touched on a lot. Yeah. It was fun just chatting.
Yeah.
Like,
I love
I
that.
just
Just a cool place to sit and talk back and forth on.
Yeah.
I love that.
Super fun.
Well, guys, this is the Hospitality Project, and today we had Blake and Kendee Ishida on with New Creation Farms and Ishida Farms. These guys are the most hospitable people that I know, and you guys are going to get so many nuggets from this episode. So tune in, listen in. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for being on.
Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.